Before I come down, I want to point out and give us all an opportunity to speak here for a moment. This is a very, very, very special day. Uh, a very special person to this county and somebody as influential in so many of the things that have happened here. And you almost can't even put it into words, all the things that would have been done. And you said you started in 1992. Judge Sheldon is retiring. Judge Sheldon has been influential in every aspect of this community and the leader of our legal system for quite a long time. The respect that each and every one of us has is unmeasured. When you walk in the room as a person, when I first started as a commissioner, just so you know, when you walked in the room, there was automatically with myself a little bit of awe, because I knew who you were. I knew you were for a long time, even not being political. And we have made mention time and time before that I wouldn't do your job for nothing. I wouldn't want to. That is one of the hardest things to ever imagine, putting somebody in a position to have to make decisions of life and death as you have in this community and people's lives. The thing that we have going for us, though, Your Honor, is that you were good at what you did. And we know that when you made a decision, it was true. It was to the best of your possible abilities, and it was never done with any malice or anything personal. You went by the law. And that is something that has to be respected, grateful immensely by everybody that is in this community. So with that, before we call you up to hand this to you, I would like to give the other commissioners an opportunity to express how wonderful it has been to work with you and how professional you are, but more than that, how you will be missed.
Judge Sheldon, I don't want the opportunity to be missed to share with the public and thank you for some of the improvements that you've worked so hard on in our Superior Court. Bringing in the drug court, which then expanded out to therapeutic courts. That was just a priority for you, and I appreciated how you helped that process along. You were instrumental in bringing a third judge here so that our civil cases didn't have to languish for years and years and years. You're constantly working on improvements. The law library issues, you're always working to make sure there was good access for both our defense attorneys and our incarcerated individuals to the legal information that they needed. Just the building improvements constantly had us asking us to help make and honor this amazing historic structure in a way that is useful while still honors the history of Mason County. I just thank you so much for the blood, sweat, and tears you put into improving the Superior Court and making this county just a better place to be.
Thank you.
Commissioner Schutte, would you like to say?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to work with you as long as some other folks here, but it's clear in the short time that we were able to work together that you'll be leaving an indelible mark on the county, and in particular our criminal justice system here, and I'm grateful for all of your contributions. And I can tell you I appreciated working with you on Law Library last year, and then through budget time I got a little sense of what it feels like to sit across the bench from you. And maybe, but you were just a tremendous advocate for improving access to justice in this county and our community, and your replacement will have very big shoes to fill, but I'm confident that you have left quite a blueprint for him and your fellow judges to follow, and wish you all the best in your retirement, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you around before too long too. So congratulations on a tremendous career.
Commissioners, I see others that are here. With your permission, I would like to allow for others the opportunity. Would you please?
I'd like to thank you on behalf of the prosecutor's office and myself. I've practiced in front of you for 12 years in just about every aspect of the bench. And there's two things that stick out with me with Toni Sheldon as the judge. She probably developed the best record that you could make, which was extremely helpful to me and our prosecutors when it comes to appeal time. And you've always been impartial, and we've always appreciated that. So thanks for your service, and we're going to miss you.
please. Come on up if you don't mind. But
Yeah,
I'd like to have this memorialized in the record.
sure. I'm Jim Madsen. I'm the Juvenile Court Administrator. Your Honor, it's been a fantastic 4.5 years working with you, and I just want everybody to know that we are losing a huge wealth of knowledge with you leaving, and we're going to miss that. And as somebody who aspires to be a detail-oriented person, you are a detail-oriented person, and I appreciated that. And I think the county really benefited from you paying attention to the details that sometimes can get lost in the day-to-day operations. And so, as a citizen, thank you, and as your employee, thank you. Yeah.
Citizens are also allowed, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Davis, Judge Sheldon. We look at the judges sometimes. I bring veterans to court, and this presiding judge, and you have an initial response to that, which presiding judge it is. But when Judge Toni Sheldon sat in the therapeutic court for veterans, you get a chance to see the other side of that person, because there's certain laws, of course, that have to be followed during the regular judiciary process. But in therapeutic court, you get this conversation that comes by, and you get the insight from someone who is compassionate and understanding, and an entirely different side of the person that I had seen in court, where they're regulated by law. And so I just wanted people to understand that judges are human, and I don't think there's anybody more human in the therapeutic court environment than Judge Toni Sheldon. She always reached out. She always had a kind word. She always had an encouragement for the people brought before her. And as someone who works with these folks, I really appreciate that, and thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to say anything? With that, Your Honor, as you know, I usually don't do this. I don't come down. I'm not a fan of the microphone.
Same as me, I don't usually come down.
If you would join me,
Wherever you want to be.
well, for the record, so we can. So, Your Honor, as you're leaving, I want to say what a great honor again it has been to work with you. But more than that, I can assure you, even though you need no reassurance, I know, but you have left this place better than when you came. Your commitment to this community and to the law, again, I can't even begin to express how hard it must have been for everybody else in this world. Imagine taking on the greatest responsibility that you possibly could in this county and doing it for 25 plus years with excellence. I don't know many that could pull it off. I don't know many that would want to even attempt to do it. You've had an incredible life here, and we are very thankful for you. And with that, we present you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Would you like to say anything, Your Honor? Would you like to say anything? Please. It's all yours, Your Honor.
Thank you so much for inviting me over here today. It is a very special day to be able to get the recognition that you've provided, and thank you very much. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been able to serve as a judge in Mason County. What a fabulous place to live, what a fabulous place to work, and hasn't been a day that's gone by that I haven't been just very happy to walk up those stairs in the courthouse. It's just a very good place to be able to hear and decide cases. I want to comment just a moment on something that was said by a couple of the commissioners, and that is to try and leave your space better than when you got there. And by space, I don't mean just the physical space, but that, as you know, is important. But that's what all of us over across the street have been working on, and that is to leave the courthouse, to leave the judicial system in a better place than where we found it. So although we hear and decide cases every day, we also are working very hard to make improvements in our justice system, access to justice, and be there for the public. And thank you very much.
Judge Sheldon.
If you don't mind, guys.
I think there's one last thing that Judge Sheldon did that I didn't get to mention. She brought in the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Program, as well as our Juvenile Detention Center, and that is probably one of the best programs we have here of restoring the juveniles that get caught up in troubles as opposed to incarcerating them. And that's a program I'm awfully proud of too, and I hope she is as well.
She has been an incredible leader.